Hello, everyone. My name is Billy. I'm a core contributor at Grape. Can you hear me? A little over a year ago, we had the idea to start a tokenized community called Grape. And when we started our exploration into how to initiate the process, we immediately understood that we need to create a tool to be able to identify the members of our community. So the first tool that we made was Grape Access. Grape Access is a Discord verification tool for token holders to be verified on Discord. This tool was essential for the birth of Grape, so we can first identify who are the members of our community, and over time, who are continuing to be members of our community. We continue to expand on Grape, and offer this to other communities, tokenized communities, DeFi protocols, NFT projects, etc. Over time, we also realized that there's more tools that we need to develop for our DAO, but the number one tool is organization. Can you change the slide? Sorry, the token is the tool we initially used to organize our community. We initially started with creating our own dashboard, which was needed for our members to verify with our community. At the time, there wasn't a lot of documentation in how a lot of the things work, like how do you sign a message, how do you verify a message. The wallets did not support, even Ledger today doesn't support
we were chewing
signing.
glass in early Solana terms. And until, the wallet adapter came in place and Jordan Sexton had the epiphany to give us that. But Billy, I cut you off, sorry.
So we constantly had to catch up with what everybody was doing at the Solana team with the wallet adapter, because things could break. So you need to update everything to continue to work. I got lost there.
I cut you off, sorry.
So we have a community where we have multiple areas of expertise. We have our researchers, we have our designers, we have our content creators, and in the community, we are all identified by Grape. Each sub-DAO that we have, we initially thought it would be a good idea to allocate a fixed amount of Grape to reward contributions in each sub-DAO. Over time, we realized that this model of fixed emissions and reward on contribution was not self-policed correctly, and the performance was really hard to identify. There was no metrics into which sub-DAO is performing well, which other sub-DAO is not performing well. So we were basically experimenting on, okay, how are we going to identify the sub-DAO in Grape, like the content creators or the videographers? We started contemplating as a DAO that maybe we should use an NFT. Maybe we should identify the content creators with an NFT. But even though the NFT is an easy way to identify who that is in our DAO, because we're a tokenized community, it made more sense to explore what Strata Protocol introduced, which was creating other tokens based on the base token, which is Grape. So to better organize our community, we started creating multiple social tokens, like Dean's List, the Alpha token, etc. So each sub-DAO could be easily identified, and you could have the choice to be a part of it just by holding that sub-DAO token. We're still exploring exactly how, if the reward models and how that's going to work, but creating complete autonomy over each sub-DAO and let that sub-DAO decide what's important, what initiatives are important, is more directional, more focus, helps actually get things done. Because the number one complaint you have in a DAO is that the moment you introduce a lot of process, nothing gets done. So a lot of people, they will say that a DAO is not autonomous if it's centralized. At the same time, if it's completely decentralized and we have a top-down approach and there's no participation, it's always the same people doing all the work. So with his social tokens, we decided to also make a token specifically for Grape Access to identify not only the users of our community, but also the users that are using our tools. And the reason why we did that was to let the users of our tool determine what the roadmap of our tool set will be. So creating full autonomy over your tool set and fragmenting the structure of Grape will help better organize what the priorities are per sub-DAO. Yeah, do you want to?
Yeah, sure. So within that notion of what our sub-DAOs and our DAOs also want, we have this dashboard. And that's the first landing page that people that use, let's say, Grape Access would get to know what Grape is, but they also see, one is their portfolio, and then we also have governance. So we have governance related not only to their own realms, but anything that they are participating in. So we've directly integrated with Sebastian's wonderful work at Realms. And everybody could quickly and easily identify not only the realms, but also what the votes are and what status those votes are in. Beyond that, we have third-party integration. So for streaming payments, we integrated with MeanFi. And it's really nice because it does the entire flow within our dashboard, and people are able to withdraw their funds also and see what the status is of all the transactions that they did. And of course, this opens up the potential of having third-party integrations because of composability. And Solana gives you the ability to compose various components very easily. And as time is progressing, all these components are going to be even easier to integrate. Although we were chewing glass in the beginning, what's nice is that probably, I'd say all of you are participating in this composability in small and big ways, but they all make a difference because at some point, we're helping each other make tools that we're going to be able to use. And one of this is actually MeanFi, the other one is governance. But beyond that, there are more tools out there, and there are more things that we could explore. But before I get to this, I wanted to say that our DAO took the decision and said, you know what, we're going to split our dashboard to 3 units. And that's wonderful that the dashboard came up with that idea. And now it's becoming a proposal. It's going to be split into verification. We're going to also have the dashboard portion, which is going to have your portfolios. And it's going to be an expanded view with an enhanced portfolio perspective. And also a DAO approach, which is going to be the third component, where you're going to be able to see all your DAOs, participate in the DAOs, and anything that's DAO related. So it's going to be split into 3 compartments, let's say, and 3 different entities. The other thing that we did on the side was something that we recognized was a problem in the NFT marketplace in general. And one thing that our communities were constantly complaining about was that when they did want to list an NFT, they would have to surrender it to an escrow. And it would be on a program account, and they wouldn't reap the benefits of keeping that NFT. And I remember back in October, was it, or November, we were carefully looking at some videos on Metaplex where they were theoretically discussing about what the potential was of doing something that would be stateless. And carefully looking in the videos and theoretically taking the approach of what Metaplex could do, we launched Grape Art, which we were able to provide a way for our users to interact and list their NFTs without having to surrender them. So that gave them the benefit of actually listing their NFTs and also reaping rewards that might be by holding them in your wallet. One thing that we did start when we did launch Grape Art was we thought, what is that makes us who we are in this ecosystem? And that really is our wallet. And what do we have in this wallet? So one thing is some kind of tokens, Solana, but also NFTs. And those are tokens, of course, but these represent something of us. But what was missing from everything that I've seen was there was a social aspect and a component where people couldn't connect with each other. So we said, how do we connect and bridge that gap between wallets, selling, and discovery? And we designed a layout where you would start from your wallet, and then from there, you would go and trickle in, and you'd be able to make followers and get followings and get connections. And not only that, but also list your NFTs and discover new NFTs through those connections. And that could organically grow with the more connections that you get. So what we did was, since we integrated with governance, we thought, there's another issue because we really like what Realms has done. And the right approach would be that at some point, DAOs are going to have assets. How do we actually list the NFT that a DAO has in a marketplace? And boy, was that one undertaking, but we managed to do it. And this is back in April. What we did is we said it would be an easy approach that someone could vote to list. And directly from Grape Art, if the NFT is part of a governance program and is in Realms, you're able to vote to have it listed if you're participating in that realm. And what happens is once you vote, a proposal goes up. And of course, once the quorum is reached, the instructions are executed automatically or manually, and it's listed, and you're able to sell it. So this enables DAOs to actually sell their NFTs. And it doesn't have to be in a wallet address like you have, it's going to be program owned. So it's quite incredible, and the potential is there. This is all open source. And I would like to apologize to Sebastian, because when we were writing these instructions, we exploded his governance program with a ton of instructions. So the next steps are direct wallet notifications, and these are rolling out in the coming days. Because one thing that we saw is that although there are marketplaces that are out there, one thing that was missing is getting notified when you've been outbid, getting notified when you actually have an offer. How do you do that? And how do you do that in a way that's not going to be maybe too obtrusive? So we're carefully thinking of how we're going to exactly roll this out, but I think we have it finalized. In the next few days, we're going to have direct wallet notifications that are going to tell you if you've been outbid. But we wanted to take it a step further, so we added dialect, and this is also composable. This is fantastic. This is a wonderful integration that they made, and it was really nice because you could see all your messages from dialect from different other protocols that are using dialect. But we thought, why don't we do direct messaging? And we're going to support direct messaging with dialect by the end of this week. So you're going to be able to click on a message button, and you're going to be able to do a DM with dialect directly in Grape Art. And you're going to be able to see those notifications, get a push notification, and also message people directly. So of course, we use the Metaplex auction house. We use Realms, Dialect, Ceramic, and CyberConnect for the social connection. But the next steps beyond that is going to be a full-blown marketplace. And we do want a marketplace where we're going to be able to explore and discover and learn and see new projects. And it's really nice to see popular projects that are going to be there, but we want to put a lot of emphasis on those one-to-ones too, because it's a big ecosystem out there of one-to-one artists that have not had the ability to be recognized as much as they want to. And this is a little teaser of one of the first projects that's going to be released with us. This is the Bears Reloaded project. And we're really proud for them to come on board, and they're gonna have an interface that's going to be very similar to this, and it's gonna be on Grape Art. So we're super, super excited for that. So this is a bit of alpha there. And yeah, it's really all about composability. And I did write a little gift for everybody here to just play around with. Because I wanted to put this on Shadow Drive. So I did troll you guys in our Telegram. And not only did I put it on Shadow Drive, but you guys could actually try it out yourselves, and you could, fork our repo and you could use it and just make stuff, because this is what we're all about. And if we don't learn and get better, we're not doing anything in this ecosystem. So let's compose together and keep on building great stuff, guys.
Any questions?
Cool. One of the things you said was someone's identity on chain is their wallet, right? And I really like what you've done with Grape Art and the idea that you want to be able to see your interactions with DAOs, you want to see your NFTs, and that kind of forms this on-chain identity. What about people who buy NFTs on burner wallets? They might hold their identity might be split across multiple wallets. How would you kind of integrate that into your platform, if at all?
So that's a really good question. Right now it is a one-to-one relationship, but having a pool of wallets, and multisig is becoming popular, something that we do have our eye on to see how we would do that. But you would need to first be able to store all the wallets that someone would have somewhere and make that link. The question there is, does the person actually want to have those wallets linked all together? And does he want to have them separately because they're using a burner wallet? So I would personally answer that question that it would probably be no. But we're moving to an interesting direction where wallets are becoming not only, we're seeing that they're public keys and they're on curve, but now they're moving to programs and program-owned accounts. So maybe we're gonna have to start reading those wallets differently, and then maybe those program-owned accounts do have a series of wallets that are associated with them. So we're living in fascinating times, and I'm sure we're gonna explore and build more, but it's for us to actually probably build it out. One thing that I didn't mention that is really exciting is a part of everything we've done on Grape Art. There's nothing on a centralized database, so it's all stateless. And what we're doing is our first program that we're gonna roll out, because we're gonna start rolling out a series of programs in Solana, is to actually speed up the process that Grape Art is working and to actually make an efficient way of querying all the states of the NFTs. So to know if it was sold, if it was not sold, if there's a listing, and beyond that, be able to possibly explore and allow people to get floor pricing directly from that, and maybe other attributes with regards to pricing.
Just want to also add that that was one of the bounties which our community took to create the first on-chain program for Grape Art. So there was a bounty that was put out by Grape. The sub-DAO took the bounty, executed. So that's how you see the DAO actually participating in creating, and we've, giving value back to Grape. And as a community, we reward these members with more of Grape.